Yeah. Yeah.
So not everyone needs a noise cancellation or ambient mode in their headphones, because if you're one of those people who loves a better or a really long-lasting battery life or even a top-tier sound quality, then these are the best headphones that you could get right now. As in typical fashion, the unboxing process for Edifier headphones as usual never disappoints, where firstly it has a sleek looking black color box with the Edifier logo in gold at the top left, the visuals of the headphones in the middle, and the logo of high-res audio and Snapdragon sound on the top right. Then towards the bottom right there are the S3 and the wireless over-ear headphones over there. Turning the box around, there's the planar magnetic visuals and the components in the ear cups as well. Then looking towards the bottom, there's the visuals of the things that you get inside of the box. Opening the box cover, there is the matrix style STAX Spirit text all over the box. Opening that up, you'll find the travel case with two pouches for the cooling mesh ear cushions. Then inside of the travel case, towards the top, there's a nice netting compartment that holds the additional accessories with a nice Velcro lining, where in there's the 3.5mm to 1/4 inch adapter and a very unique and handy earpad removable tool which does look like a guitar pick. Then there's the USB-A to USB-C cable, a 3.5mm AUX cable, then of course there's the headphones itself. Now the Edifier STAX Spirit S3, herein referred as the Edifier S3 for easier reference in this video, is a very sleek device. It is very decently weighted at 329 grams, hence you're indeed looking and holding a premium headphones, where from a premium standpoint is about 55 grams lighter than the AirPods Max, but about 79 grams heavier than Sony's WH-1000 XM5s, which based on my reviews, that is the premium kind of headphones that I should be comparing this with. Now I do appreciate that the Edifier S3 does not follow the trend of having a fixed, inflexible bodies. Instead, it brings back a feature which I missed in the review of the Sony WH-1000 XM5, which is the ability to fold and put it in my bag very easily. And I love how the headphones have a sturdy build and have a metal backbone in the arms of the headphones, where those metal arms is visible when you're adjusting the headbands of the headphones. Now when it comes to the color options, it comes with a single color, which is the stylish black color, which has the aesthetics carbon fiber design on the cans. Now if you have been following the audio industry for a while, you realize that the cans are thinner than many other headphones. Now this is because that the technology in the Edifier S3 does not require large magnets or the conical drivers that we see in conventional headphones. Instead, it uses the planar magnetic drivers, which produces more accurate sound and is also thinner than the conventional conical drivers. Now that being said, the S3 is a little smaller than your regular planar magnetic headphones. Now the driver themselves comes with ample amount of padding. They are super comfortable and tight, and they won't give you any sort of a headache or migraine during a very long-term use thanks to the nicely padded headbands, and it will definitely fit snugly for people with larger ears as well. In fact, for me, it did have a lot of space inside of the ear cups, which means that this will prevent sweating. Now in terms of which earpads that I choose, I went with the other ice feeling earmuffs as my daily choice, as I like how the material felt, and based on me using other headphones, I've always felt that the leather ones does not last as long, but it's nice that Edifier gave us the option of both. Now as for the ports and buttons, there are the primary controls on the right hand cup, where there's the multi-function button just next to the indicator light, and this is a nice and clicky multi-function button that acts as the power button that turns the headphones on and off by pressing and holding it. Now it is the most prominent button among all the controls, which will require quick muscle memory for you to feel that that is the button that is being pressed. Now pressing that button once while listening to music acts as the play and pause button, then pressing it twice calls out the Google voice assistant. And the volume button not only typically works to adjust the volume, but if you press and hold the plus button, it repeats or goes to the previous track as the plus button is towards the top, so it kind of makes sense. So good thinking, Edifier. And of course, since the minus button is below, that goes to the next track once you press and hold that. Now keep in mind that this multi-function button is the only button which is remappable in the app, which I'll go deeper into the app right after this as well. Then finally, there's the 3.5mm port and also the microphones over there. Then on the left, there is the USB-C port for charging the headphones. Now what's nice is that the Edifier Connect app is compatible with the headphones, and after downloading it, just turn on the headphones and the app will immediately detect them. Now on the app's home screen, there's the headphones visuals and the battery life in the middle, and you can switch to the option to either using the leather earmuffs or the ice feeling earmuffs. And here is another thing that Edifier did a very nice thing, because the leather ones does not give you as much bass as the ice feeling ones. Swiping over to the next page is where there are 3 different EQ presets to choose from between Classic, Hi-Fi and Stax. And based on my listening, Classic is when you want to get something which is more rich in vocals and is overall warmer. Then Hi-Fi is to really expand the sound stage, so this would be great if you're listening to more music that has multiple instruments and overall surrounds delivery. And it is when I watch videos or gaming. And Stax is where if you want to achieve a more neutral sound. Now keep in mind that you cannot further tweak any EQ settings over here, but if you're using a Samsung phone or any other smartphones which has a built-in EQ within the sound in the settings app, like how I use the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, there is a built-in EQ in the sound quality and the effects menu. And what I did occasionally was to switch to the rock EQ and then adjust it accordingly if I really needed to. Then going over to the next page, there is the game mode, which you can toggle when you're gaming to reduce overall latency. Next, going over to the gear icon towards the top right, first there's the user manual, the multi-function key settings, and here's where, as mentioned earlier, you can remap all the buttons to how exactly that you wish to do so, where there's the option to toggle the game mode, the EQ sound effects EQ switch, and the voice assistant as well. Next, there are the adjustments for the prompt volume, as the voice comes if you turn on and turn off the headphones, and also change between the EQ sound effect switch. Then you find other straightforward settings over there as well. So yes, the overall app experience was really nice and clean and quite straightforward, and I do like it overall. Now the Edifier S3 is built mainly via Bluetooth other than the wired connection. It has support for Bluetooth 5.2 and Bluetooth Low Energy, and coupled with the Snapdragon chip, I'm pretty sure that these technologies contribute to the 18 hours of battery life that Edifier claims it has. And even after using it for 2 days, I just couldn't drain the battery life on the headphones. And when I tested by leaving it on with music playing overnight, the headphones were still left with about 75% battery life when I got back to them. Crazy. And this, my friends, totally blows out the competition when it comes to the battery life. While yes, that could be because the competition has noise cancellation present, but based on my research, it is still very comparable to similar headphones that has about 8 times the battery life compared to the Hi-Fi Man Ananda Bluetooth headphones and also the similar Odyssey Mobius. So yes, this crazy long battery life would come in extremely handy, since even with the wired option, the headphone still needs to be turned on. And it also charges super quickly in just 2 hours for a 0 to 100% of charge. And also worth mentioning is the fact that it has a multi-device pairing, hence I can pair this with my 2 devices, which are done with my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and also the iPad Pro. Now the sound experience on the Edifier STAX S3 is very premium and has great volume overall, especially with the planar magnetic technology. So InterAsia has a nice breakdown on the exact component that is in each of the ear cups, where there is the fluxor and phasor magnetic circuit that allows for a wider frequency response and higher resolution and eliminates interference, followed by the uniforce magnetic circuit that drives a more uniform power. Then there's the microphone and the Snapdragon sound chipset before closing it up with the carbon fiber finish. Now in this Edifier STAX S3, the sound signature is that it gives the most accurate sound reproduction, which is essential for a lot of audiophiles. So while you'll be getting a pristine sound quality on these headphones, no matter the genre that you throw at it, it won't sound like a typical consumer headphones, so it won't add the additional sound to the music like the extra bass or maybe the extra mid-range, as the overall music is how the producer of the song intends you to listen to. Now while it can hit the low bass frequencies, it does not give much of a boom when it comes to the feeling of the bass. Instead, you're getting a very clear sounding bass, and it does exceptionally well on the mid-range, and the vocals are never muddy no matter the type of the genre of music. And speaking of which, do check out the list of the songs that I've tested in the description below for your easy reference. And that being said, the audio quality on the S3 is a step above when you use smartphones that comes with Qualcomm's processors, as the headphones is one of the first headphones to have a compatibility with aptX HD and aptX Adaptive, which allows for a near lossless quality high-res audio over Bluetooth connections. Now the aptX compresses the audio while preserving the fidelity of the audio to make a more stable connectivity and of course overall better sound. So it does come down to a personal choice. Do you want the best neutral high quality audio, or do you want some color in your headphones? Do let me know in the comment section below. Then finally there's the game mode, which I decided to do some gaming with Genshin Impact and PUBG Mobile, and yes, the latency was not noticeable at all, and it was also great when watching videos on the phone, so that was really nice. Now another interesting fact is that the aptX technology is not limited to only listening to music. It is also great for voice calls as well, and here is a microphone test for you to check it out. Alright, so this is a microphone test in a quieter studio environment for you to hear how it sounds. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Quiet for a while. Hear if there's any background noise. Test 1 2. And the second test would be how it sounds in an outdoor environment with cars moving past. It's not a lot of cars, but it would be great for us to kind of hear how it is when it comes to having the microphone test outdoor. Ignore the horrible lighting condition. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. So, conclusion time. Overall, the Edifier STAX S3 is a contender to be one of the best audiophile quality headphones currently available in the market today, especially with the price that they offer. And if you just want a great sounding headphones without the need for noise cancellation or ambient modes, but need a portable planar magnetic high quality drivers with fantastic battery life, this, my friends, is a no-brainer.